We ain't got time to play.
Nope. Time is of the essence.
Yes, sir. You see what's going on in the world now, man?
Time is of the essence. Yeah.
Welcome to the PowerUP ManCave. I'm Keith with Rambo.
I'm Keith and Rambo.
Yeah, man, and we got some real good content for you, man. Are we our brother's keepers, brother?
Yes, we are.
Oh, man, we are, but some of the guys out here that's going to be looking at this, they're not. But we're here to try to make a difference, man. We're going to talk about what it is to uplift one another, man. Keep each other empowered, and to do what we need to do to support one another.
That's right.
Always remember to like, subscribe, and hit your notification bell, man. Support us. Give us your comments and let us know what you're thinking about. You know, let us know whatever it is that you may want us to talk about in the next episode. We've been doing the round table discussion. We wanted to go back to where we started, up here, raw and uncut, in the man cave.
That's right.
All right, so let's get this thing going, man. Basically, what we want to talk about today is us as a people, us men, and I hate to say it, but men of color. For some odd reason, we feel the need to come against one another. We're highly competitive to one another, and sometimes we, instead of looking for positive in what one may be doing or supporting one seems to always find a reason to find the negative, or to tear one down, or to criticize. And we just want to talk about how can we stop this? You know, what's making us as a people do that? Why do we do this? You know, what has happened to us previously to make us be that way? And we want to discuss, what do we do to stop it? Like, recognize what it is that we're doing. I sometimes think that it happens and guys sometimes don't even realize that they're doing it.
What's interesting, I think that, for us, in just regular life,
Yeah.
You're dealing with, work issues,
Yeah.
running your business,
Right.
Dealing with other problems with the family, dealing with the wife, could be extended family.
Yep.
You got bills going on and stuff.
That's right.
Regular everyday problems and stuff.
Right.
Crisis happens and stuff. You got different things going on all the time.
Yep.
And then you couple to that, just brothers, coming against you.
Right.
Especially when you don't understand it. You're like, man, what is this all about?
Right.
I thought we was cool. I thought that was my boy. I thought we
Right.
was, I thought we was good.
Right. Right.
But then here comes, this hatred, jealousy.
And that's exactly where it comes from. Am I my brother's keeper? This is all, we all know the story. Cain and Abel, right?
Right.
And when the brother was asked, hey, where's your brother at? He asked, am I my brother's keeper? Well, in other words, am I following around? Do I keep eye and tabs on him all the time? But he knew what he had done. Basically murdered his brother over jealousy and envy. So that's the root of all of this. Jealousy and envy, I think, are two of the biggest reasons why brothers come against one another.
Let me give you another one with that.
Okay.
All right. Just to add to that, I think sometimes when you look at symptoms versus the cause,
Right.
okay?
Right.
In my view, when you look at a symptom could be, okay, you see a person displaying jealousy,
Right.
envy, anger, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But in terms of the cause of it, remember what we've always said, unresolved hurt.
Unresolved hurt.
Remember that?
There we go.
Always talk about it.
Yes.
All the time, all of the different episodes, over and over and over again. All the issues we talk about, that has been the root cause of all of these things. And of course, the enemy is behind that.
Unresolved hurt, which causes a person to have some self-value, some resentment, some identity crisis issues.
Right. That's right.
And sometimes maybe that's the way they deal with things, by looking at the glass half empty versus half full in a person.
Right.
It's really strange. I actually asked, we had some employees, and we would find that, we're an Afro-American company, and we had some male drivers that was always negative. It was almost as if they expected their other employees who may not look like them to have certain things or do certain things. They had no problem with them showing that they were successful by maybe some of the things they purchased or their lifestyle. It seemed like it was supposed to be that way for people who look unlike them. However, I noticed that when we would show any signs of success or we would do anything, same business, same thing, but it would be a big problem. So I actually pulled some of the employees to the side, and I had a real candid discussion. And I asked them, I says, why is that? And they admitted, they said they couldn't help it. They says, look, I don't know why I feel this way, but I can't help it. And one of them even went as far as to say, you look like me. And if I'm in a struggle, I can't process you being successful when me and you look alike.
Wow.
It's almost in his psyche that if you are a person who doesn't look like you, like another person, Caucasian or whatever, Asian or whatever, then the guy said it seemed as though that would be proper, but with me, it's improper. Now, he couldn't really identify why it is. And a lot of people say it comes from, when we were, it was indoctrinated in us with slavery. Mm-hmm. And I do think there's a lot to be said about that. I really do think it did affect us, but, and I think it also comes with how you were raised in your environment as well. I was taught to celebrate people. But it goes to what we said earlier. Like, if you're comfortable with you.
That's right.
And a lot of people that are having these issues are not comfortable with themselves.
That's true.
And if you're not comfortable with yourself, then a lot of times as a man, that's how it comes out.
The thing is that hurt people.
Yeah.
So they're filled with all this negative emotion and stuff. So the thing is, they're trying to make sure that you feel like them. Right. So when they lashing out at you, thing is, if you react in the same way, you actually will be giving place to the enemy. So the enemy wants to be playing both sides.
Right.
He's like, okay, I got him and I got him.
Wow.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the same time, the Lord is like, hey, okay, yeah, he's feeling that way or whatever, reacting and letting the enemy use him.
Right.
In that way. But just let me fight the battle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So basically, don't respond.
Right. And that's kind of hard. It's easier said than done. I'm not trying
us
to.
As believers, we're supposed to be able to let things. Sometimes you don't address things and lash out in the flesh. Walk away, pray about it, even pray for the person.
That's right.
But do not engage in the negative activity.
Right.
And the other part is sometimes people are doing things behind the scenes, and you never know that they're coming against you.
That's right.
I've experienced a lot of that in life where there's somebody that I trusted and they're working actually behind the scenes secretly to destroy you. Now, it's really weird because I've had cases where you'll have a person that's close to you, but they're close enough to you to where they could do some damage to you, but you're not even paying attention to that person because you think this is a close friend. Right? Or you've trusted this person. Yeah. You've allowed them into your inner sanctum, right? And then you'll find out later that this person, for whatever reason, had an issue with you, whatever that may be, and they were actually secretly trying to sabotage you.
Wow.
But this is what I have to say about that.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
Covering. Arrows will be shot.
Yes. Yep.
That is not saying that they won't be shot, but they won't do any damage.
Right.
Won't persevere. Covering, armor. So what you have is collateral damage. Yes, it'll make you upset. Yes, you'll be hurt once you find all of this happen. Yes, you'll be disappointed. But what was designed to take you out won't take you out.
So no weapon formed against you shall
No
prosper.
weapon formed against you shall
That's right.
prosper.
Yes, sir.
The weapon is formed,
That's right.
and it's coming against you,
Formed, yep.
but it won't what?
Won't
Prosper.
Yeah.
This is why we always say it's important. I always say it. To have a relationship with the Lord.
Got to.
Have a relationship, have it, a prayer life, have the relationship, put on your armor by reading your word, knowing the Lord's word, seeking the Lord's face, covering.
Yes.
Now, second part of that, covering, like we did earlier. Us as men, we do it in our men's group. Pray for one another.
That's right.
Cover one another.
Let me add to that another. The thing is that as you spend more time with God, what he ends up doing, he makes your want to. Basically, what I'm saying is this. In the beginning of my walk with the Lord, what happened was that there were things involved, the things of God I really didn't want to be, deeply involved with. I really didn't want to. But the thing is that as time went on, life experience, stuff happens and all that stuff. And then my emotions, my desires changed over time. But he did that.
Right.
It wasn't something I just consciously decided to do necessarily. He changed my desire because as you spend more time with him, he makes you desire more of him.
Yes.
Right? They say the Bible's like a mirror. So basically, it's going to show you what your image, as you spend more time with him, you become more like him.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's just in terms of you aligning yourself.
Alignment. Yes.
It's about
the more
alignment.
you read and study.
Right. When it's like, for instance, if you're in a, just living your life, like whatever, doing whatever.
Right.
Like we all have done at some point or another.
Yes, exactly.
It's kind of like God's here and you're like over here somewhere.
Right.
Then
But he's here though.
He's here.
That's right.
He ain't went nowhere.
That's right.
Always, you've been right here. But it's like, as you decide, you know what, I got to get, things not working. I tried it my way. It's not working.
Right.
But let me get some things right. Let me line up with him to get into my words, get into praying.
Yes.
Start hanging around some different people.
That's right. That's right.
And then it starts, you start coming more over here.
That's right.
To a point where after a while, you're like right here with him,
in alignment.
You're in alignment and you're walking, with him, with your life, which is a totally different experience.
Right. That's right.
Totally different.
Which helps you to deal with these situations as they come about.
It does. Definitely.
When you find out that this has been going on, or you get hurt because this is someone that you thought was a friend, and it was, and you found out that may not have been the case. Now, I think sometimes you got people who really do like you, and they trying to be friends with you, or they are friends with you, but because of whatever they have going on, they just automatically do the hater thing, or they do the one-upper thing. And that's just who they are. It might not be particularly you, but they just can't help it. They might do it with anybody in their close proximity for whatever reason.
True.
But this is where we make these videos for a purpose. We make these videos to bring about awareness. We don't have all of the answers. We just talk about life experiences as they come about. And we just want to bring awareness to where at least you can think about your actions. You can think about what you're doing. So if you at least acknowledge that, hey, I do that. I find myself doing what they're talking about. If you're a viewer out there, at least it'll bring about awareness. And guess what? Now you can begin to pray about these things. Go to the Lord on these things.
Right.
Seek counseling if you need to deal with some of that unresolved hurt that you may have had previously that we've talked about in some of the other series that we've produced. So basically, we want you to just at least be aware of this. And how powerful is it when we work together. This is what we're doing with the Power Up Man movement. Well, I'm gonna call it a movement because I really do think it is a movement. When you have men coming together and they're all working on one accord, they're all praying together, they're all checking on one another. We come together and we touch and agree. We've done some incredible things as a group.
I mean, look, every time something happens in our lives,
That's right.
when somebody needs some prayer, we got some real stuff.
We converge on it. We converge and
we come
attack
together.
it.
We come
Yep.
together,
Yep.
praying
Yep.
on one accord.
That's right. That's right.
Amazing things have happened.
Amazing things have
Amazing.
happened. And I'm going to tell you something. It's heavily effective.
Yes, it is.
It is awesome. It is true when two or more come together.
True.
Touch and agree.
Yes.
Especially men. Women have been doing this.
Yes,
We're used to seeing women come together and pray more so than men.
that's right.
There's nothing feminine about this, whatever. This is nothing weak or soft about it. There's nothing more powerful. You want to be a real powerful brother? You want to be a powerful man. This is not just for black men. This is for all men. Come together.
That's right.
Come together and touch and agree, hold hands and pray. That's power.
Power.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's why we were created to come together and commune together and talk with one another and be open and take the mask off, as we call it. Leave the ego at the door. Check the ego at the door.
Yeah.
When you do all of these things, you'll find that there'll be a shift in your life. There'll be a shift in your situation. You can't get help and you cannot be a better person if you don't peel back the layers.
Got to do it.
Peel back the layers. We were going to talk about this subject matter. As you all know, what happened with Chris Rock and Will Smith, that happened this week, right?
Right.
So guess what? We weren't even thinking about that, but that just happened.
Right.
Now, we don't know what Will is going through or whatever happened. I do know Chris Rock kind of cracked on his wife before. And the man seems like he's got a lot on him. We don't know what goes on in a person's household. Right. But there again, here we are.
Right.
Men of color.
Right.
Now we've attacked one another. This is what happens. Like it happens far too much.
Right.
We destroy one another. There's a lot of us in the cemetery right now because of knee-jerk reactions and not learning to think about things. I can talk about that because I've talked about in my younger days how I struggled with my temper. Others have done and been in the same situations I've been, and they're not here to talk about it anymore.
True. Yeah.
But what kept me? Grace, mercy, covering.
Oh, man.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here right now to talk to you all.
Yeah.
So where the rubber meets the road is understand and pay attention, be your own self-study. Think about how you're treating your brother. Am I my brother's keeper? Like, are you lifting a brother up or are you tearing him down?
Right.
Are you supporting? Are you pushing behind a brother or behind someone who looks like you to make something be good, make it be worthwhile, make it have more power, or are you tearing it down? Think about that.
Exactly.
What are we doing here? Mm-hmm. What are we doing here? Be your brother's keeper.
Yeah.
Love each other. Support one another. Pray for one another. I think that's highly effective. We need to do a better job at that. We just coming here live from the PowerUP ManCave, and that's just what the Lord put on our hearts to talk about today. And we just want to bring awareness as to correction in that area. Let's do a better job. Let's support one another and keep it real, man. That's all we have. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Give us your comments. Give us some more content. Is there something you want us to discuss or dig into? Hey, man, let us know about it. That's all for us at this time, man. As we always say, power up, man.
Power up.
Power up. Do a better job at that. We out.
Yeah, I see it better now.
I gotta lay back. Then I was like a fat Barney Rock.
All right, yeah, you starting to shine a little bit.
Yeah, man.
All right.
That's so glow.
So good.
So